Hey, we made a chicken, cheesy, and vegetable lunch today. And in the crock pot, really easy. Open up frozen chicken, open up frozen veggies, and some cheese. Y'all, I done lost 180 pounds with the meat-focused way of eating. Well, I creeped up about 12 pounds. So we're trying some things, and I'm getting back to my roots. We are macro tracking right now. To get this started, we're going to weigh out the chicken. I have 3 pieces in here because I was going to use them for something else, but this is perfect. We put more than that, but I want to weigh it out. And the reason why is because then at the end we're going to figure out the macros and we'll figure out what our servings need to be. So we're going to just add, this is just frozen chicken. So I know it'll take about 4 hours to cook or 5. Do one more. All right, so it's 905 grams of chicken. Well, let's call it 900. So I'm going to write on this paper, I'm just scribbling on here, chicken, 900 grams, because I want to be able to, figure out the macros. Sorry, I'm a little tired this morning. Next up, we're going to add 3 bags of these Green Giant Simply and Steam. It's Dash salt-free seasoning. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour these in. And then I'll scan it afterwards. Oh, we might. Hang on, we're going to switch to a different crock pot. Just a second. So the good thing about using a liner is if you have a situation like this, you can just pull the liner out, pop it in a different crock pot, and you don't have to wash another dish. These have been in my freezer way too long. So I needed to use them up. So I've got 3 bags of veggies, and now I'm going to put it back here. There we go. And I'm not going to season it since there's seasoning on the veggies. I'm just going to kind of let this all sit. It'll probably be a good 3-4 hours. And at that stage, we're going to add some cheese. And so we'll get this weighed out and at that time, so then I'm gonna put it on low for now, and we will, like I said, we're gonna put some cheese on there when it's done. So I'll see you whenever this is done. Oh, it's 6:10, so we'll plan on. We'll check in about 4 hours. So it's literally only 10 minutes later. It's so frozen. And I'm just going to put on high for 1 hour, and then we'll crank it down to low. I don't use high that often because I don't like it to be like all fast. Seems like that makes it a little more dry. So anyway, but since it's all frozen like some big chunks, we're going to at least give it an hour frozen, and then I'll tell you what we're going to do after that stage. It's been an hour. Let's just see how frozen. That chicken in there still looks frozen. I'm going to give it another hour on high. So we will give it 1 more hour on high. Then we'll check it out and kick it on low, hopefully. I say that because that chicken still looks like it's in solid form. That's why I'm giving it another hour. Hopefully you can see what I'm seeing. It looks like things are looking like they have defrosted quite a bit. I'm going to... Yeah, see, the chicken is mushy now. So, and I did not add any water to this, I don't think. I was thinking that I wouldn't. I don't see any water. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little water in there, just a second. About this much water. I don't want it to be like watery, but I don't want it to be like, I want it to be soupy, but I don't want it to be all dry either. So I do know that chicken makes a lot of excess liquid, and since the veggies were frozen, it will do it too. But I'm going to go ahead and kick it on low now, and I'm going to set a timer for 2 hours. It's now 8:23. I have a crock pot of just plain chicken over there, but timer went off, And the chicken, I don't know. I don't trust it. I know I could stick a thermometer in it, but it's flaky, but I feel like I want to let it go one more hour. And I know it's dark chicken, but yeah, I just want to let it go one more hour. And then, well, that's got a bone in it. That's kind of funny. This is boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Anyway, yeah. So I just feel like I want to let it go for another hour. So hang on, let's use this. I know the veggies are just going to kind of fall apart, but that's all right. I did add a splash more of water, but yeah. So wait a minute. If I'm going to let it run one more hour, hang on, we're going to add something to it. Just a second. Once we get this added, then we're going to sit down and figure out the macros so we know how much a serving would be. This is sliced Gouda. I don't see a paper between them, so I'm just going to kind of break it up in there. Oh, shoot a monkey. Guys, it ain't going to be perfect, but I'm going to get out what I can. All right, so 107. So we'll say 115 grams of Gouda. 115 grams. That's what we'll go with, because there's probably a couple little pieces in there that I didn't grab. So 115 grams. So I'm going to break this in here. Let me wipe my hands off, and we got to write that down. So Munster cheese, 115. So when I build a recipe, I just write down all the ingredients, and then whenever I let me zero that. Okay. Once I do I figure out the macros, then that tells me how many portions I'm going to have out of it. This might be an issue. These were in the freezer, so I'm going to pull all these apart, and I'll get back with you because this is going to take a little time. Okay, it's 110. I'm going to take a little piece. 107 grams of Munster. 107. All right. So now we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to kind of sprinkle it in here. And yeah, so we're going to have chicken, cheese, and veggies. Originally, I thought I had some frozen mushrooms, but because it was going to be chicken, cheese, and mushrooms. But now, all right, I'll see you. Oh, let me cover it. I'll see you in an hour. It is still on low, so I'll see you in 1 hour. So this is where the rubber meets the road. Everybody has a different app. You use what works for you. So I'm going to create a recipe. And one of the best things about using weights is then when it's done and I'm ready to portion it out, I can go by the weights and I'll know how much weight to put in each container. Hang on, got a little advertisement here. I keep pushing the wrong. There we go. No, Terry. Oh, that's how they trick you. You have to hit the close button. Derp. All right. So, custom recipe. I'm going to just call this CHX, comma, veg, comma, and cheese. All right. So, now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to be adding ingredients hang on. Going to be adding ingredients, so I need to go get the stuff to scan. Give me just a second. Okay, so I'm going to hit the scan button. I got to figure out where my camera's at. Over here. So I kind of have to... did it get it? Okay, great value chicken thighs, boneless, skinless. And for whatever reason, when I do it, it turns sideways. So I have 900 grams. Oh, that's by ounces. Nope, I need to change it to grams. And I'm going to do 900. Done, and add it to the recipe. So let me put this back in the freezer. Okay, the next thing, we use this bag of veggies times 3. So let's hit the add ingredient. Well, I guess we're having to do it this way. I apologize. So we're going to add ingredient and then we're going to scan it. Okay, so this says one serving is 81 grams. This bag is 269 grams. So we're going to go ahead and change this. Let's see if it'll lean against that. Okay, I'll just have to change our mode. So Ziggy, 269 times 3.
269 times 3 is 807.
807. So I changed it to grams and made it 807, and I'm going to add that to the recipe. So there's that. Munster cheese and Gouda. Let me go get the little jobber. I know I was not overly prepared. So add ingredient. Let's see if it'll let me scan it. Okay. So this is the Gouda cheese. I want to change it to grams. And Gouda was actually I had them backwards. It was 115. So 115 grams. Add to recipe. And then we're going to add the last ingredient. Scan it. It's the Munster. Okay, so again, we're going to change it to grams, and it was 107. Okay, so now, like I said, I guess we have to do it up and down. So that's everything we've got in it. Now, if Terri on the day she's going to eat it wants to do anything, she can do something with that. So now, down here it says the total weight is 1929. So that's great. And so that's why I like to do things by weight. So it lets you kind of see, which I'm going to say, let's do it in 5 servings and look at what the macros would be. We don't care about the category. Okay, so if we did it in 5 servings, so it's 1 serving, that would be 508 calories. I think that's a good amount. That's honestly what I usually do. If we want to, we could just hit the back button, and we could see, well, what if we made it 6? You know, like if you want to change it and you say, well, 500 is too much, Terri. I don't want to get that wild with it. Then you could do, that's 6, and it's 423 calories. That might be better. I think I'll do that in 6. So then you hit save recipe. And we scanned everything in, so all the information is logged in. So 1 serving of this is 423 calories, 33 protein, 13 total carbs, and 26 grams of fat. So we're going to save this. And later on, when it's time to, I don't have my pen. I'll have to remember. Later on, when it's time to portion it out, we'll make sure it's 6 servings. And you can go back and like, oh, dadgum, I forgot what it was. So don't go to create. You just go to your custom foods. And here's chicken, veg, and cheese. And then you can go next. Just don't touch anything. And it's going to tell you the serving, look, was 322 grams. So I'll know to plug that in. So let's say, okay, so I saved it. And let's say, so now it's eating day. I'm ready to, oh, come on. I go to my little diary. I go to my diary. I'm going to go to tomorrow so I don't mess up today. And I'm going to say plus, and I'll add my food. And I have a custom tab. Now again, use whatever app you like. This is just what works for me. And then I go to custom. And I just wish it had sorted alphabetically, but CHX. Maybe it is, and I just don't. There's chicken, veg, and cheese. And there we go. I don't want the full pot, so I go to serving, and I add it to my diary. And there it is. So that's how I build a recipe and how I figure out my macros and how much it's going to make. So there you go. So now when it's all done in an hour, we will portion it out in those 322 grams. Let's see if it touches over here. Yeah, 322 grams. So anyway, that's by scanning it, you're going to get the most accurate versus just picking a random item. So, all right, so I'll meet you back here in an hour. Look, cheesy, chickeny, and vegetable-y. So I'm going to give this a little stir, and then we'll start portioning it out. For those who know, this is the spoon. This was the Kool-Aid spoon in my house growing up. It was also used as the Terry's been out of control and needs a little quick whooping spoon. So when I moved out of my mama's house, I brought it with me. So she would never be able to spank me with it again. I'm just kidding. I needed every whooping I got. Probably need a little bit more. Anyway, I want to kind of break this chicken up a little bit, and then we'll get this portioned out. I got this bone out already, so I'm just gonna give that a toss in the trash can. I don't give chicken bones, any cooked bones to my dog, so this will just go in the trash can. I will say that something that's missing from this is salt, but the night before I take this to work, future Terry can add in salt if she wants it. Yep. Let me get this set to grams. So that's 196. I want to make sure I get some of the liquid that's in there. So I hate when the last one gets stuck with it. All right, I think we said it was 322 grams. I really wasn't sure how much that was going to be. So I got this small container. That's 300. All right, so let's take out a little bit of that. Okay, so it's 315, that's close enough. So I'm just gonna keep portioning this out until I have 6 servings of 322 grams. I know some people have an issue and don't with plastic, and that is perfectly fine. You don't have to use plastic. I've got a whole lot of food cooking on my meal prep days. So to be honest, this is saving me cleanup time. So when you have 3 crock pots and a couple skillets going, this honestly is the best thing for me. This is made to cook in crock pots, but if you don't want to use it, leave it out. But I can tell you with this cheese and this mess, no, your girl don't want to be digging this out of the crock pot all day. And there we have it, 6 servings of chicken, cheese, and veggies. So let's give it a taste now that we got them portioned out. All right, I done told y'all it needs a little salt. So before I do a sample of it all put together, I want to find some salt. Hang on, let me take a pinch of salt. It just needed some salt. And I might put a sprinkle on each of them. That way editing or future Terry doesn't have to deal with it. Now in the crock pot, you're going to see this. Hang on. The vegetables definitely broke down smaller pieces. I don't mind mushy vegetables. I'm not a texture person. So, but anyway, so it's going to be so good. Let's give it a try. You got cheesy, chickeny, veggie. Yeah, that little bit of salt made all the difference. It's so funny chickens like that. Okay, so there you go. Yum, yum. Come and get you some.